I ain't got nothing for y'all. So it was a good live. Y'all have a good night. It's been a hell of a day. It's just like it's a challenge, like every day. What next? You say, man, what next? And it's like it's like somebody's answering that with another challenge. It's just every freaking day. But I hope all y'all have been well. Trying to catch up on some things. My whole my whole idea for today's live was I was gonna have like one or two subjects to talk about so that we weren't just sitting here literally falling asleep like I was last 2 days ago. But work did not agree with that, and it was a hell of a day at work, nonstop. And I just left my desk and just said, "Screw this! It'll be here tomorrow," and I left. Shrimp gumbo, shrimp potatoes, shrimp biscuits, shrimp creole. Man, that's a lot of food for you, man. Must have got that from the frozen section from the grocery store. Tell you, man, time's tight. I know I keep telling y'all that, and it's like I sound like a broken record, and I can't stand saying it, but it's like it's tighter right now than it was last week when I told you I was tight. It's like, come on, man, just every day, it's just something new in the mail, something happening at home. You know, it's just God, man, just life. And I think what makes it worse is, you know, crypto is supposed to be my savior. I got my buddies at work telling me how, we always had these friendly competitions and, hey, what's your stocks doing? Hey, what's crypto doing? What's your stocks doing? And like, I don't even ask them no more. Like, it's embarrassing. It's what the hell's going on? We had what they announced another rate cut in alts are in the red today. Yeah, it's just sakes, man. It's just Jesus. What next? Yeah, 93,000 came back down. Oh man. Man, like somebody explain to me what's up with Luke. It made the news the other day. Luna Classic. Like nobody's doing nothing with it, but it's just up 200%. Isn't that just crazy? Crazy. Of course, all mine staked, so it ain't like I'm getting it out to do anything with it. And I refuse to do anything with it. I bought it so low. I know. I'm hoping it at some point. I was hoping it would eat at least eat a zero, but that Velcro. XRP is about to be under $2. All these people with 580, 534, or whatever it's supposed to be, and $10 and stuff. B13, I ain't got nothing left to buy. You know, it's like you buying dips. Now I own the whole dip factory at this point. It's and then I was even looking at my Chirp, which I have a buttload of Chirp. I have a bunch of Chirp. At one time I had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars worth of Chirp. It ain't worth nothing. And then I still can't even figure out how to exchange it. How do you swap Chirp? Because on the Suet app or whatever it is, you can swap Sui for Chirp, but you can't swap Chirp for Sui or anything else. That makes sense. I'm trying to give Mass Chain a chance. Maybe I'm too soon. Maybe with my patience, I'm too soon. I'm trying to give Mass Chain a chance. It seems like I keep getting errors, and I'm getting the error right now saying SSL is not supported in this build. I took a brand new Lenovo computer, which I was told I can use. I put not the newest version in case the kernels were messed up, but a newer version of Ubuntu on it. I think it was like 24, server. And so it's a clean version. It took me 2 or 3 tries just to get the SDR working with it, but I got my SDR working with it. I got it hooked up to a antenna, and the SDR is working. This is all different AIS signals coming in. Can't do nothing with it. When I try to load the AIS side of it, and you follow the website, somewhere I got a website that it no working. So when I try to run the AIS script, it don't work, even for the Pi, Raspberry Pi Linux. So when I run AIS Catcher -L, it sees my SDR. When I try to running AIS Catcher and I run this, it fails out, and there's no help. So just add to the frustration of the day. That's for sure. Mass Chain is the if you're familiar with Wingbits, just imagine Wingbits put on the water. It is boat or ship tracking. They have a signal that they put out called AIS, and it's kind of like the history, like with Wingbits. I hate to compare it because they're 2 completely separate companies, but it is. It's right now you have volunteers who are capturing AIS signals. I did it years ago, and you can upload it to a fancy map, and this is what an AIS map looks like. But as you can see, this is marinetraffic.com. But, I live on the Mississippi River. And even like right now, you got ships going up and down the river, tugboats, different things. So you can click on and see what it is. Gulf of Mexico, all up and down the East Coast. And just because you don't live directly, because I see a lot of people asking like how far you have to be from the water and stuff. Again, you can be inland hundreds of miles. If you're close to some of these rivers or the lakes, you might capture some. So, of course, Deepin came along and said, hey, we need to reward those people for that. So then here comes Mass Chain. And Mass Chain used to be called Worldwide AIS or something like that. And then they changed to Mass Chain. So they have the masked token, which is not close to being released yet, but it is, you know, a 2-year halving. Better than 1 year. Can't stand halvings. But anyway. 500 million cap total supply is very good. I like that. So go to masschain.io if you want to. Stolen oil tanker on that map. Dude, that's a bit much. Listen, I can't defend that one. Like that's a crazy that's a crazy move. Crazy. Did I watch the 4D Sky Christmas party? No. What did they live stream their office Christmas party? If it was during the day, I'm telling you, it was. We got so much going on at work. I can't keep up, and it's so many different projects at the same time. So many different things and dilemmas and updates and just so much different things with just completely different things. Like it's just, and you're trying to work on this, and then somebody comes and tells you about this, and then you're like, shit, man, and it's just, it's stressful. It's crazy. But I do have some other news. The Wingbits, and I did not see an announcement about this, so here's a grumpy exclusive just for y'all, for the 8 people here watching. If you happen to do the token, I don't want to call it a buyback token, whatever it was from Wingbits, the pre TGE reward thing. I don't know what they called it. The rewards have started to drop because I got mine. So if any of y'all happen to sign up for that, y'all check y'all's wallets and see. I got something new in the mail today, and I'm like, I know I should have did more. But unfortunately, very depressing and sad news. I did lose first place. I still have 1.4 million tokens. No, I had 1.4 before. So maybe about 1.2, 1.1 million tokens. Something like that. I don't know. So I got well over a million tokens still. But apparently somebody must have been right behind me, and I am no longer the first place current holder for Wingbits. I wanted to take some out so I can finally say I made some profit on the project. Got some bills to pay, and I just want to get from overhead. And also, I want to go buy like 2 SDRs, just because when them things go out, that's $40. So I look at it as I've made my money back on what I put out on DIY devices if I figured it out kind of right. And I still have some, not all of it, but just some of it. But I still have some money left over for Lanyap that I can buy some SDRs, put those on the side, and because I have You know, I told y'all them green ones work great. They're the best working ones until they don't. And they seem to be very successful to ESD, lightning in the area and that kind of stuff like that. They seem to go out also when they lose power, where I have them, you know, connected at or installed at. So I still have, I had 14 DIY devices. At one point, almost all of them had green SDRs. One of them got swapped out with an AirSpy Mini. Some of them had blue ones. And as green, I know I've lost, at the very least, I know I lost for a fact at least 5 to 6 green ones over the last 2 years. So when they go out, it's $40. So my plan, like I said, my plan is to buy 2 of the blue SDRs. I don't know which ones I'm getting yet, but I was contemplating doing the AirSpy Mini. But if you don't have really a prime set up already, well, you need to get a few more messages, get a little bit more range. On top of my buddy's tower, it made a difference. But there's some installs, I don't think it's going to make that much difference. I'm frustrated about some of this Wingbit stuff too. Nothing to do with them, strictly my host. I'll tell you all that on Tuesday. I got one host, the guy in Florida. He means well, bless his heart. But it's getting me 25, 30 wings a day. He moved the antenna. He bought a better antenna. But then he goes and raises it 20 feet, but uses super thin a feed line. It's getting worse results than it did before. When I talked to him about it today or yesterday, he says he's out of town for the next 2 months. It's like right now I'm really trying to maximize my rewards I want to build all this back of these rewards that I traded in. And I'm looking at moving some stations around. All these stations in South Louisiana, I think are not really helping me when I can go put them out somewhere else. Trying to find some other place to put it at. I got a spot in North Mississippi I'm looking at right now. Talking to a buddy. He he said, man, you can come put one over here by our hunting camp. It's got Wi-Fi and power. There's no stations really around it, but it's a 4-hour drive. And I just don't know how much better rewards it's going to get than my current ones that I have here in Louisiana. Like I'd have to pull one down, and I just don't think it's going to be that much better. Plus, my greedy side says, and if y'all can follow me, I was trying to tell you about this Tuesday, but I don't think I explained it well. But if I remove a station from Louisiana, am I just helping other people also? I'm still I'm still cutting myself in the pie. If that's the word. I'm getting a cut of that pie. I'm going to show you all that. And I don't know. I don't know if I'm thinking about it wrong. I might just be thinking of it too greedy. But I have these stations down here. This station does great. It's on the Gulf. This station is on a building my buddy has for insurance company. He gets a hell of a lot of helicopters and stuff like that. It's a building 200, 300 feet high. These are both on buildings. Get different kind of coverage. They got an airport right here for Baton Rouge. This one gets, is wide open to this way. This is on top of my buddy's building over here. I did a short from there one time. One of these is on top of my buddy's tower. This one is on top, right at the edge of this lake. So you're getting all the way to Florida. This is also right on this lake right here, which is the approach or the takeoff area for New Orleans International. So every plane that takes off or lands is coming across this site. And I don't know what the other one is. One of them is by my office, something like that. My point is, if I would take any of these, it would probably be one of these 3 or something like that. If I took one of these to go put, I don't like telling people where I'm putting stuff exactly because I get sniped. Let's just say I'm putting it up in here. Yeah, I'm going to get some improved coverage, but is this also, like, if I was gonna pull this one station, is this station currently right now pulling away tokens from all these blues? And if I'm getting 200 tokens here, I have to make sure I'm getting enough worthwhile to go put one up here. Does that make sense? And am I taking, like, a greediness thing? Am I getting a share from all these where if I pull this, are they just gonna get higher and I'm not going to get higher? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Um, Good stuff. Like a minute. Oh, an hour and 30 minutes. I'm guessing. Talk about TGE and roadmap. Product got an island. You was using an example. Hello, friends. What's happening? Who fought it? Uh, just posted the link to the AMA for the 4D Sky Discord group. Let's see. Tag Christmas party. That's funny. All right, I'm gonna post it in here, but y'all don't go look at this until after we're done here. Make sure you hit the like button before everybody starts getting bored and leaving again like they did the other day. Um, I want to get this 4D Sky installed. I still can't figure out where the hell I'm putting it at. Keep changing my mind. I'm actually was supposed to go hunting this weekend, but it's supposed to be warming up to almost 80 degrees this weekend, and I don't hunt in that hot stuff. There's no way. I don't chase mosquitoes and snakes when I'm hunting. So, yeah, 4D Sky is just sitting here looking all clean and pretty. I'm trying to figure out what the hell I want. So my hope is if I can get access to the right places this weekend, I'm hoping I can start kind of working on some of this stuff that I got done. Um, I'm getting in over my head on, for those of y'all who have discussed it before, mesh core and Meshtastic. I have been roped into some stuff with that, and I've been putting out nodes for the last 2 or 3 days and repeaters on that, and not getting the coverage nowhere near that we thought we were going to get. And that's awfully frustrating because we're trying to do a link from New Orleans into Baton Rouge, and we're not getting nowhere to miles. And I try telling them people that you can't go off them plotters on, hey, we're supposed to be getting 3 or 4 miles between these links, and you're getting one. And it's like, and that's just one more frustrating thing. Something else taking up my time that I don't have. My buddy does not have room on his. The only reason I'm on my buddy's tower right now is because he had a feed line that was open, and I have stuff for work on his tower. He had a tower climb going on, so I said, "Hey guys, stick this 1090 antenna up there." The feed line was 1.5 inches or 1.5 inches or something like that, and I'm sure it still got some loss at 400 feet, but it does very well. And he don't really care what I put in the bottom of the tower. The shack's huge, so it just worked out. He even said that, if I do a climb or something like that, not me. If one of us needs a climb for something that's up there, if I wanted to put a Meshtastic or mesh core device up there, I could, because it doesn't take power and it doesn't take internet or anything like that, networking. So I might do that, but he does not have a place, nor or do we have the feed line, and it takes 120 volts, or 5-volt DCA 1A, I guess, but with one of these round connectors. So I don't know if I'd put this all the way up there using like PoE or something. I don't know if y'all saw, but somebody in my Discord posted the guts on the inside of this. And trying to remember what it exactly was. I don't want to lie to y'all. One side of it is a black SDR, just like we're trying to use with um Mass Tech. That was one of them. Who was that posted that? Gore. I don't know if Gore's in here or not, but Gore posted that the Air Squitter device, the inside guts, is a on the farm UAT side, because you know there's two antennas that get hooked up here. One is the ADS-B and one is the farm UAT. The farm UAT is using this little part sticking out right here, this little nipple part connector. That is a RDL SDR, the same thing we're using for mast chain or whatever this is. Same thing. Some of you might recognize these from our early Wingbits days. I had I can say handful, 2 handfuls of these. And I actually was doing a lot of giveaways on some of these lives and people who commented on my videos and stuff like that. And I was giving away these and some VHF ones. Now I wish I would have them for mass chain. But anyway, here we are. But that's what he says. He says that there is this in there, and there's a FPGA also inside, whatever that means, but my pay grade. So, yep. If I kill a deer one of these days, you do Wingbits TGE party giveaways. You should have Wingbits official announcement. You mean you talking about Wingbits doing an official announcement for me? Wingbits offered. Program will chip this music and may do anything. Okay. Wingbits offered to do an AMA exclusive AMA with me. That was some time ago, but Robin wanted to do one with my channel. I'd say a year ago, maybe if not longer. He said he was willing to do one. I've always felt that this channel is way too amateur hour, and I've always felt that I would do a disservice to that project. That project to me is a professional project, has paying customers now. It's been on the big stage of conferences and stuff like that, and I don't feel I could do the justice to him, and that's just me. That's on me. I made the decision, but he has said more than once that he was willing to do an AMA with me. But so I mean, I guess you can kind of say he supports the channel. You know, let me tell you, and I sometimes y'all read into things way too much. I see it on other discords and stuff. I listen, Wingbits is still my #1 project. And I made even more of a goal to put more effort into my Wingbits DIY station to improve it, because now that I did my little cashback refund thing, I want to increase my rewards even more, however way I can do that, to get my tokens back so I can regain first place. Now, I can still say I have gained the most Wingbits tokens. I am #1 as far as who has gained the most Wingbits tokens since day one. Grumpy, #1. But saying all that, after we have postponed TGE so many times, Is it still as exciting? And look, guys, I'm depressed as hell right now with between finances and everything going on and work. And I told y'all that earlier. It's been a long day. It's been a long week. Um, I'm depressed because I can't play Call of Duty no more because they ruined Warzone with that new reiteration crap or whatever that is now. And so me and my boys can't play Call of Duty anymore because I hate it. Absolutely hate it. I hate. I'm not a fan of Battlefield. I don't like the movement in it. Um, you know, us old guys, some of us just want to play casuals and kill some bots. It make it feel good when I kill 34 bots, literally. And y'all ruined it. So I don't have that outlet no more. I've been out of Bywater bourbon for since Thanksgiving. I can't afford Hubix pies. I'm eating hot dogs and chili at night. It's just maybe it's just all just Christmas is coming up. Christmas has always been a twist on my emotions because y'all know how much family means to me and you get to spend time with family. But I always felt there was never enough for gifts. And while I'm sure they would argue with you, but I still felt my family deserved more. And when you can't do everything you want, you know, and right now things are crazy, and I think part of all this is like I let off with is you're watching crypto right now, and we were supposed to be like in this euphoria period right now. All year they talked about December, X amount of weeks, X amount of months, X amount of cycle from the cycle and the halving and stuff. And we're supposed to be in this euphoria period right now. I don't care if it was DPIN, alts, Bitcoin, any of it. And look where the hell we're at. Solana's at $130. Like, what the hell is going on here? And I don't want to hear about it being just because of Trump or anything like that, because it's worldwide. It's it ain't because of Trump, because my buddies at work are swimming in their stock profits right now. And my buddy who almost can retire because he owns gold and how high gold is and everything else. So it is just crypto. And maybe I haven't been watching enough videos to see exactly what the fundamentals are, but the couple of videos that I've watched, I've never seen a really like some people saying, oh, it's this and it's CEX manipulation and all this different stuff. But I've never seen like a real hard particular reason on why we're going through this right now. And I just looked at this as not just me, a lot of us here, a lot of y'all names I see in here. Dude, we busted our ass in the last year or two on DPIN. And you go to some of these projects after a year and we got $75 freaking dollars from it. It's bullshit. And then you got companies contacting me like, hey, would you like to, no, I'm putting myself out there in this channel, and I've always said to y'all, I'm trying to be honest and straight with y'all and everything like that. And I feel horrible. Part of it, this is because even though I say this is not financial advice, I've convinced some of y'all, even though I'm not trying to convince y'all, and I'll never say I'm trying to convince y'all to start this. I'm like, hey guys, I've always said these videos, this is what Grumpy's doing. Y'all can just sit back and watch. I'm not telling anybody to join. But some of y'all joined because y'all saw me doing it. And we're getting our asses handed to us. And it's worthless. We almost might as well be paying some of these companies that we're in. Short chain shutting down. What we got from that from after 2 years? $75. If we're lucky, it's probably down more than that. And it's like this bull. Like we've been busting our butts. Y'all been busting your butts. Putting way too much effort into this deep end stuff. And we all made fun of the dude, but you know what? Ted Hustler was right. Tell me he was wrong. He's the one laughing right now. Think about it. Other than Demo and Hive Mapper in the beginning, in Helium 3-4 years ago, name a DPIN that we've been doing that we can go brag about. um GeoNet wasn't too bad for a little while, but it's just like so Tekashi was right. You got to be in it for the you have to be. Look, and I see people leave me. Listen, I'm telling the truth. Tell me I'm wrong. I'm just watch 4 people leave. Make sure you hit the like button before you leave. But I'm not wrong. I'm sorry this is not the most happy live that y'all want right now. And me telling y'all about alpha, about new projects and stuff like that. But how can you not proceed with caution from this point? Hey, go buy $1,000 device. Even though every other deep pin, nobody's ROI and nothing. But trust me, bro. I think they got a good thing. But I can't consciously say that. Peter Strike, you are 1,000% right. And part of me feels that that's what's happening because there's always something going on with one of my devices or one of the projects somewhere. But I feel like with this channel, like I can't just concentrate on four projects and come to y'all and say, these are the 4 projects again today. These are 4 projects again tomorrow. Here's the 4 projects did today. Like the part of me, I need to be able to discuss, and maybe I have to learn to be able to discuss different projects and not get in them. But then I don't feel that's right. I don't feel like maybe, to me, I've always felt I get a little more cred because I have skin in the game also. Nubla, we got hosed on Nubla. Yeah, they saying they're gonna fix it, but we got hosed on Nubla. And guess what? I paid $300 for a node, and I got 1 reward from it. I paid $300 because I had somebody say you got Nubla stuff for free. Nubla sent me a weather station for free, but I still had faith in that project, so I paid $300 for the node, and I got, at least I'm getting rewards from the free item. But what the hell's going on with that project? I came this close to doing one of the other nodes, and now they doing nothing. It's I just don't want to. I just, y'all know that I get like this. I don't want to lead anybody to astray. I want us all to be successful. That's what this whole channel is about. I want all of us to be successful. I don't care if you're not in the same exact projects as me, or I discuss this other project and y'all try it out and I don't try it out, but y'all are successful. Hey, at least y'all are successful. Y'all know I don't believe in this gang mentality. We can all be in Wingbits and also be in 4D Sky, even though they're competition, not competition. I want everybody to be successful. And let's all be honest, right now, it's bad. You know, do we really want Wingbits to go TGE when Deep Pin keeps going down? Wingbits could have all the best intentions in the world and income coming in and trying to prop the token up, but some of it's going to still be susceptible to market pressure. Do we not believe that? I don't know. Roar, I think Roar's trying to trigger me, but you know what, Roar, you're not wrong, and I saw that writing on the wall, and I chose to ignore it. And I think it was more like I've said. We talked about this Tuesday. Roar says Nubla was BS once he got the device, no range sensor or wind direction. And I talked about this at length Tuesday night. That writing was on the wall, and I refused to see it because I was so pissed off and upset with WeatherXM. I felt WeatherXM is failing Nubla because the people who are running it and what you kept hearing about their ideas on what they wanted to go after, just different things that they were going to do. I thought Nubla was going to be the answer. And that's why I put faith in it. That's why I put my own money into Nubla. I paid for WeatherXM device. I didn't get nothing for free with them. But yet I got a WeatherXM device right here that won't work. And I thought Nubla was going to be the answer. It definitely ain't the other one that y'all keep telling me that y'all got to reset once a week. Yeah, Nubla. I'm disappointed. I thought they were going to do better. I still say that when you go from, what was it, like 2 cents to 0.002 cents or whatever that price drop was, that's not new people just dropping tokens. There's something more, and I'll continue to say that. And I don't like making those kind of accusations because it is kind of spreading FUD. But you had a 94% drop in a month. That's dude. You had 8 cents, 9 cents, and you dropped it like this is crazy. 6 cents in, I'm sorry, 6 days. 6 cents in 6 days. Like, and it's just, what is this? What happened? Has anybody ever heard? Because I don't think they ever gave any kind of excuse on what, and it's not like they had some kind of news that came out that people lost faith in this. But I'll still say, for the amount of tokens that are out there, this isn't just people selling. Whether or not they release tokens to their investors and all their investors dumped right away, or the team did or something, I don't know. Roar, I hear you, man. Roar said he bought both. My Weather XM, just to be fair, my Weather XM has been running no problems for 2 years now. Just wish rewards were more. I got 2 Weather XMs. One of them I fought with them for a month to get it replaced. That's the one in my office. That's the one I told you about, that it lasted through a hurricane, 85-mile-an-hour winds. It didn't measure no rain. Eventually, back in July, I think it was, it failed. And they had me literally, when they wanted me to show them, putting new batteries in it to try that first. And you had to take a video while you're somehow holding the phone, and you had to show a video opening a brand new, you couldn't put your own batteries in it. You had to show a video putting brand new batteries in it, following certain steps. And even with that, they asked me for another video of me putting in some closet and and turn on this, and we were there for 3 or 4 weeks. And eventually I lost it with them on their email. And I told them how I was going to blast them, that this is the BS that y'all put y'all's customers through this kind of shenanigans. And I was going to tell everybody on the video on my YouTube channel about this. Then mysteriously, all of a sudden, like, okay, we're sending you a new one. Hell, I should have let off of that, but I didn't want to have to say it to me. I shouldn't have to do that with WeatherXM. And now I got another one, which this one was doing better. This was a better station. This is the newer, like D1 or whatever it is, with the Wi-Fi or whatever, and it worked great until it didn't. And I brought it inside thinking these might be closer to each other. They're right next to my Wi-Fi router. Put brand new batteries in this one. Nope, nothing. Nothing. At least I can go to Nubla. Y'all know you're supposed to be helping me keep my blood pressure down, huh? Hey man, at least I can go to Grumpy's Nubla. Grumpy's Nubla, 51.3 degrees. At least it works, right? I don't know. Like, this will be helping my blood pressure. One day y'all gonna be getting some kind of update saying Grumpy's in the hospital. There'll be no live tonight. And who far is gonna say, well, bring him a laptop. He can do a live from the hospital. So who fought it? You bring up a good point. The one good thing about Nubla, I'm not familiar with SkyX, but he is. So this is his words. The one positive thing is that how, I'm gonna sit back because I'm just exhausted now at this point. Is that it is the portability of it, the mobility of it. People who want to retire with a RV camper, putting tents up in parks or something. I don't know. when you go to each town or each park, each state or whatever it is, you can bring your Nubila with you, mount it on top of your RV, and monitor the weather for that area while you're there. Listen, again, I don't know anything about the Sky X one, just from what y'all told me. But Nubila, I had faith in Nubila. Like I think that's why I'm so pissed off and disappointed in it. Is just, come on, man, come on. Check the general chat. Let's go. But I think Mass Chain's gonna save us all. That's sarcasm. The one good thing about, listen, I joke, but I don't joke. I'm not saying they're a savior, but again, this is a project, and I like to bring this to y'all. At least with Mass Chain, and even like CapturGO, here's 2 new projects. Once you get them up and running, you hope you ain't got to deal with them. CapturGO runs in the background. There should be, if you're running an iPhone and you're running 375 Go, 375 AI, whatever it's called this week, there's no reason you can't be using CapturGO. Take a chance on it. It's free. It's free. I say that all the time, like about Nadix. Even with Nadix, at one time I was on here and I looked up Nadix and it was worth $800 or $900. I hesitated, procrastinated, waited too long, and now that same free project is worth $200. And I get, and every day I'm like, I got this little $200 bill for my daughter's rest of her surgery that she had for her shoulder a year ago. $200 left. Let me just pull that Nadix out. And then I still got this little person on my shoulder saying, "Don't sell, because if it's at the bottom right now, it's gonna go back up." And he keeps telling me that. And one day I just got to flick him off, because 9 times out of 10 he's wrong, and I could have sold today at 200, and next week it's gonna be 100. Oh. Oh. SEC approves DTCC plan to tokenize stocks, bonds, and treasuries. Most importantly, Ripple Prime, Hidden Road, now has direct access to DTCC volume, a 4 quadrillion market. I'm just trying to see time on it. But this brings me back to what I was talking about earlier in this live, in this chat. You look at some of the news going on, and crypto should be going up at this point. We shouldn't be dealing with this. Now, I'm pulling this one out of left field, but I'm telling you, I remember hearing somebody talk about this with ETFs and different things like that. And when with Biden and all that, we were going up with all these rates and these different fees and all this different stuff with it, interest rates are going crazy, that people are pulling their money out of stocks and that kind of stuff like that and putting it in crypto and these different alts in crypto. And I'm wondering, this is just me wondering out loud. Maybe some of y'all agree. Maybe some of y'all think that I really am drinking, even though I'm saying I'm not. But I'm telling you, I remember watching videos on this. People they were getting scared of the stock market under Biden or the last administration, whatever you want to call it. Stock markets I know mine took a tank, and they tanked at work. And people were taking money out of that and putting into crypto and moving it around doing stuff. And now that stocks are going up so much and you have interest rates going down and that market's improving, are people taking their money back out of crypto to throw back into the stock market and those different market plays? I would believe that. I mean, at least they give me some kind of reasoning. I don't know. Biggest question is, do we ever have an alt season again? Or are we just talking about like this because, hey, like I said earlier, December we were supposed to be rocking and rolling in the euphoria and the alt season of alt season and hitting new all-time highs on all of our alts and stuff like that. And that's what, at least me, that's what I've been concentrating on in DCA. And then every week since 2020 or 2021, whatever the last alt season was. And then you sit here and you feel like, I put all that money into freaking alts. Atom, Geo, Cardano, Vet, AVAX, Solana, for what? But who knows? Maybe next month this stuff's going through the roof. Maybe people just tax harvesting right now. And next month, everything will be green. We'll have a green month. Roar, I 10,000% believe it. I'm trying to be positive, man. I'm trying to be positive. But you can take a baseball bat to my knees and bring me back down to earth because you're right. I believe it's more of that than everything else, and I'm trying to keep it positive. But I truly believe, watching some of the videos I've been watching, listening to some of the people that I do trust, that this is more manipulative. These Grumpy's rule number whatever. I'm too bored. I'm too tired to even look it up. Grumpy's rule number whatever. Everybody wants decentralized until decentralized things happening. And I still 100% believe that a lot of this, now maybe not 100% of it, not all of it, but a lot of it is CEXs that are manipulating these markets. People are opening up longs with crazy leverage because they keep thinking that Bitcoin's going back up to 100. Or they're opening up shorts because they listen to certain people who say Bitcoin's going back down to 76,000 or whatever the next support level is. And these CEXs are manipulating that, and they're using some secret special phone, encrypted burn phone that nobody can trace, and they're making these calls, and they're all together doing these different manipulations just so that they can either liquidate all these longs, these shorts, whatever you want to call it, and they're making money hand over fist. And there are many people who believe that. It's hard to believe just because the amount of cooperation each one has to, and what's the word I'm looking for? Working together, synchronization, whatever word you want to look for. But I truly think that's what a lot of this is. You'll be wishing it was this cheap the month. Let me tell you something. Listen, I know y'all sick of hearing me saying I haven't said the P word yet. I haven't said the B word yet. But I don't have any money. I don't have any more money to buy dips. It's Christmas time. I got bills coming out the butt. I got one bill due before the end of the new year. And y'all know which one that one is. I don't. Trust me, I keep saying the most I might do, because y'all know I'm honest with y'all, and sometimes I'm too honest with y'all. I can tell you right now, y'all know I got 2 or 3 of Grumpy's lines on some of these cryptos that I must have left my browser open at work because I keep getting flagged saying that I got another browser open somewhere. But Vet, I got a line at 1 penny. I'm gonna find it somewhere. But chances are it's gonna be me just moving some dust or something like that from another token or 2 into this one. Helium, and just saying screw helium, because I don't see helium going back up even in the alt season. So maybe taking, $300, $400 worth of helium, because I still got that, even though there's only $2. It's gonna kill me to sell it. because if I got $400 or $500 of it to move now, think how much that was worth at $10. I just don't see helium. Like I just don't see. I could be 100% wrong on that one too, but whatever helium's at right now this week, $1.85. My point is, I'd rather take $200 worth of helium and take a chance on vet at a penny. I can see vet getting to 3 cents faster than I can see helium getting back to $6. That's a 3x, right? And that's just the kind of decisions I'll start making. Is that certain projects. This project I'm about to just give up on all hope on. I've tried to buy Peak. Told y'all I was buying Peak. I bought a lot of Peak, and when I look at the P&L or whatever it is that tells me how much loss I have in Peak since I started buying it, I want to puke on my phone. Peak needs a good project. Peak came out late. I was hoping to get a head start that it was going to be successful, but that's horrible. Horrible. My only claim to fame is I bought Solana, a whole bunch of Solana at $10 to $12. Helium, Ethereum ain't doing too bad. Too bad. Whiff, yeah, 39 cents. I might go delete that video that I made about Whiff. About ICP, I ain't seen none of y'all mention that. $3.40. My allergies are killing me, guys. I don't want nobody think I'm picking my nose. It's been so dusty around here. It's crazy. Man, this was at $9 in November. Zcash is still holding the line. It's come down from when we talked about on live when it was what was it at one point, like $700, $800 almost. But for the month, look, go up to $700. Oh, I'm still up 630%. What else? Damn it, Dave. Oh, look at Damn it, Dave back. Damn it, Dave. I have to agree with you. Helium News Worldwide. Damn it, Dave. I've been saying this whole live. I'd love to buy. I'd love to buy, but I just don't have it. And I wouldn't even know what to buy right now because there's a part of me. I showed that video in my Discord a while back. I forget who it was that said it. At some point, you just quit buying dips. You quit buying dips of the same token, and you buy some other dips on another token. But on some of these like Vet and Adam and Cardano and some of these other ones, AVAX, because you bought them so much when they were up higher in the last year or two, you almost want to continue to keep buying at these dips just to get your average cost down. So when they do go up, you're quicker and more into the profit. But people that know more than me say that you're only supposed to do that for so much and then you move on. I don't know. But what I was getting at is I'm split. There's part of me that wants that if I get money, if I get $100 from Santa Claus, my mama still gives me money every year. Do I put that in my alts to bring my average cost down? Because I told y'all before, part of me wants to just DCA into straight Bitcoin. I don't care if the price is 90 grand, 100 grand, 110 grand, 80 grand. Is say, hey, F it. Whatever alts I have in my wallet at this point, whatever DPIN, and even going off what some of y'all have said, y'all take y'all DPIN profits every time it drops, every time rewards come for whatever DPIN project you're in, whether it's a weekly drop, a daily drop, a slowly drip drop every couple of minutes, whatever it is, and y'all move that to Bitcoin and call it a day. No matter what Bitcoin is, when y'all get a drop from this project, y'all are moving it into Bitcoin and calling it a day. I mean, it doesn't say much for the future of that project that you believe in it or not, because you're not holding that token. Or do you just believe stronger into Bitcoin? What do y'all think about that? I don't know. Dave says, I'm just going back through some of the text. I hate that it always signs out. I have to check before I go anywhere. I will say that they know that was a bug, and they was supposed to be working on that. But I have not checked CapturGO in 2 days. So let's see what happens. I'm signed out. Oh, the slapper. It is too much. It is too much. Because I was running around, my head chopped off at work today, back and forth between a bunch of offices and having to go check on a camera that was way out by my parish lawn, which was about 15 miles both directions. So it's 30 miles. And I missed out on both. I missed out on all of it. Fix y'all. I mean, I know their excuses. Well, we're in testnet. Yeah, we know. But this is once y'all know what this bug is, and I also don't like how I also do not like how it doesn't remember your password. Oh, I'll give up. That now I can't even sign in. I'm done. Oh, I need a drink so bad. Roar, look, you and me are just alike. I'd say the same thing. I've been in crypto since 2015, 2016. Whenever Coinbase just started coming out with where you can buy stuff. And the only thing you could buy at one time was Bitcoin. And then they came out with Coinbase came out with Helium, and I keep saying Helium, Bitcoin. Then it came out with Ethereum and Litecoin like the same time, and it was this huge fight. Everybody online was taking sides. Ethereum is gonna be number 2, Litecoin is gonna be number 2, and everybody for a long time said Litecoin was gonna be number 2. That was the silver of crypto, and I was buying more Litecoin and everything. Then I bought the L3 plus miner, and I was ASIC mining Litecoin like it was nothing, making some great profits. That's how long I've been in it. I mean, my cousin, I tell everybody that story. So if y'all heard before, I'm sorry. Y'all know I like to tell stories and watch all the people leave the live. But my cousin was a software engineer in Seattle in 2012, and kept trying to tell me to buy it, getting Bitcoin, man, getting Bitcoin. I'm like, man, then wait. Back then I was in the gym 6 days a week, religiously. I was in a lot better shape than I was now. I was like 9 or 10% body fat. I was bodybuilding. I was going crazy, and everything was protein. Chicken breast all day, every day. Oh, fish, then chicken breast. But anyway, but I didn't, because I wasn't gonna lose my job and my freedom over it. But them boys were buying those pharmaceuticals from Saudi Arabia or wherever the hell they were buying them in the Middle East, and they were using Bitcoin because they all couldn't figure out how to. Because back then you didn't have wallets, and you didn't have Coinbase, and you didn't have Kraken and KuCoin to do this stuff with. And I'm like, dude, Wait a minute, y'all bought 25. Y'all bought $100 of Bitcoin that was on, but it's only worth 25 cents a piece. And then a couple of days later, like, gosh, it's it's up. I don't know. I'm lying to y'all, but it's like now it's worth $1.10. We made all this money, and I'm like, what the hell are y'all dealing with? So my cousin kept trying to tell me getting that. I'm like, dude, I'm not getting in that. These dudes are using it to buy crap with. Yeah, well, my cousin loaded up. And look at us now. He went off and cashed a portion of it out. I don't know how much he got left. It's not my business. I don't even ask him. We don't even talk about it, to be honest with you. It's too depressing. And he bought some gigantic ranch. And he's still a software engineer. He still works. His wife is some huge doctor. Because he ain't hurting for money. But he got this huge ranch. And he moved out of the state, raising his kids. As I'm sitting here trying to figure out if they're going to turn my lights off. It ain't that bad. But you know what I'm saying? He says he still holds a little bit. But again, he bought a nice, very nice, jealous, nice piece of he bought a ranch, basically, in some state where he's at. Sure, he's got no debt, like I said. But with him being a software engineer, he wasn't hurting to begin with in Seattle, and his wife's a doctor. I know my wife keeps asking about that. With things so tight right now around the house, and and every time right now, when your crypto hits, I'm like, God, if you say that one more time, I'm going to jail because I'm gonna lose it and go crazy and go run down the street. This is not the time. I've been dipping into my crypto, and it seems like every week I had dip into my crypto a little bit more. I'm lucky it's there. I'm lucky I've been using my crypto.com card on every single purchase for the last 3 or 4 years. So it's there. Even with the dip, I got thousands and thousands of dollars worth of it. But you keep using it here, $100 here, $100 here, $100 here. What I like about it though is because I can just easily move that to my crypto.com card and just use the card. Technically, it's not going to my checking account. That's what I like about the crypto.com card. But still, it's like, it kills me when I use it. But you got to pay bills. I had to go to use it for groceries earlier. So, I don't know. Do we keep, like somebody said earlier, do we keep finding new projects and do you have to keep the projects new and fresh? Because some projects, do you really see SwordChain and Nadix and Demo making these comebacks? Or do you have to almost keep refreshing your DPIN list and your project list, always keeping new projects coming in because let's be honest, because I hope everybody don't dump Wingbits, but even if Wingbits is going to be different, why would you do it different? Does that make sense? Wingbits is going to sit there and only give you, was it 10%, 5%, or whatever it is, of your total testnet tokens over the first 12 months so that they can't be a dip and everybody can't dump their tokens. But let's be honest, majority. So any other projects though, do you dump as soon as you get them in? Because name a project that has gone up recently since TGE. I'll wait. So do you just keep trying to start new projects, trying to get new projects so that you can cash in right at the beginning? It's I don't know. I'll check Discord chat. Yeah, I can't tell everybody about that. I gotta go try to win that for myself with my 3 different X accounts. I can't be telling everybody about that. See if I can make it a little bit bigger. Rover, for the 13 people who are here, here's your alpha. Well, 12 because one's including me. Make sure you hit the like button. Since we're not talking about how I can't say the B word. 20 tarantula giveaways. Straight from Dan Varel 11. Here's the breakdown. 400 likes and retweets. 10 tarantula devices will be given away to the community. 500 likes and retweets, an additional 10, which will be a total of 20 tarantulas will be given away. Do we have to reach it on this post, on the light cone giveaway post, the one that's quoted here with Mike? Light cones giveaway confirmed. I didn't even see this one. Follow us, which I already am. Like the post. Retweet this post. Tag a friend. Everybody go on here and tag Grumpy. There you go. It'll help out the channel. Let me tell you something. Part of me would love a light cone. Part of me would love a light cone because the rewards are phenomenal with it. Even that the token prices come down a little bit. But $2,500? Woo! But will I take a free one? I've been saying that. I'm hoping Rover surprises me one day and I come home and at the front door is a box about this big. And it's a light cone. Now I don't know where the hell I'm gonna put it at. My wife ain't let me put that on her car, but I'll have to make a deal out with her. But that's an awesome deal. I appreciate Roy for saying that. I'm trying to catch up. Roy's gonna clean up strictly on Rover, man. But I use mine. I have my Tarantula X running every day. It stays on top of my vehicle. So I just when I start to get ready for work in the morning or when I get in my car, just put the phone up there and fire away. When I went to Mississippi, so I went out of state over the weekend, and I had it rolling the whole way. And that on that one, I made sure CapturGO was rolling and 375 AI. So everybody, let's see what else. Anything else going on in the crypto world? Russia's got an airdrop. Tech hustler, Mister. I'm done with DPen. So a Bitcoin miner, perfect stuff. Maybe that's what I need. I need a solo Bitcoin miner so I can try to hit the lottery. That's not even a lottery, but that's the Bitcoin lottery. I'll take was it 300 grand of Bitcoin? Wingbits at the Theed Arena for Solana Breakpoint. I just got my brush show tokens while I was sitting here. My 100 brush show tokens. Authorities in Here's Rover again. What else? Oh, jeez. God, she'd wrecked the government. She became president. But she believes she's the best there is. So Terra Luna found that Do Kwon was sentenced to 15 years in prison. We're about to see the biggest altcoin alt season in crypto history. Here and we're down here, but we're just going to miraculously go all the way up. Hey, I hope we do. This is real. Illegal miners hide their equipment from government helicopter patrols. Okay. I don't see no news. Everybody's with bears and it's in Gatlinburg. Is you really think crypto like this? That's what I'm saying. Like you don't see nothing. There's nothing going on. I'm saying they're just scrolling X on a live. There's just nothing going on, guys. Glean, get ready to pay the Island and Air Altair Ek have giveaways. I saw Red Panda Mining is doing a solar farm like Tech Hustler. I guess he's doing ASICs. Like that's, hey man, God bless him. I wish him the best. He's a good dude. I used to watch him a lot when I was doing ASIC mining and GPU mining. So look, I wish everybody positive. I'm not trying to hate on nobody. I just don't know if I'll be buying ASICs in this market with electricity and I mean unless he's getting them all for free or something, but that's crazy. Oh, pop up once everything's tokenized. Look, look, I'm not getting rid of all my crypto, nothing like that. I mean, if y'all are happy being in deep pen and making 74 cents a day, just want more. Call me greedy. I want more. I know the helium days of making $100 a day or $25 a day is over with, and we're not going to see that. But I don't know, guys. I don't know. And again, I'm even while I'm sitting here shaking my head, it's like, do I continue to get into more deep in projects, or am I really just going to continue until I'm just got no hair left? Because like right now, like last week, I think it was last week, right before when I was trying to make a decision, I went around and I have 15 Wingbits devices. And then me and my friends, because I'm not even gonna tell the whole story about the helium miners again, but we had a bunch of miners and I converted some for the three of us because what they cost back then, we pulled all of our, you know, $5,000 worth of helium we got and stuff like that. So we broke off some of those miners and put them on the fake. I'll need to clarify that earlier. Somebody told me the other day that I misspoke on Tuesday about DFly, and I made a comment. You know, I was half asleep. I was falling asleep. I had no sleep the night before that. And that reminds me too. I'm tell you about the new TV show I'm watching. You see how I just keep breaking the third and fourth? Like I just keep just whatever. That's ADD at its finest. So somebody said I made a comment and asked me for clarification in a DM. He reached out to me. I made a comment about DFly, and then I later said DFly became legit. If I said that, I don't. That was a complete and utter mistake, misspoken, whatever you want to call it. DFly stole thousands of dollars from people and disappeared. People who were in YouTube who would promise certain things, people who had faith in them and bought $4,000 and $5,000 worth of these devices that were going to go on top of Walmart. I kept trying to tell everybody that Walmart thing was bull smack, and then they tried changing out 5 or 6 tokens, different times. Excuse me, too much Diet Coke. And all of a sudden they said, "Sorry guys, we're giving up because Grumpy and a couple of YouTubers talk bad about us. We can't take off." You know, Wingbits is showing that they're doing the same exact model, and they are, no pun intended, taking off. They got 12 customers now. But anyway, think about it. What I got dropped today in USDC, I got all my money back plus more. So D-Fly stole people's money, then said, "Sorry, we're closing up shop. This ain't working," and they're gone. Period. Call that whatever you want. Call it theft. Call it an unsuccessful business. I call it theft and rug pull, whatever, because they never shipped out a single item in the 2 years or a year they were running. They kept telling people we having shipping logistic problems and all this stuff like that. So if I said that, I want to clarify that I was completely out of my mind. All right. So there's that. I completely forgot about what I was saying before that. So, um, so because I can never learn my lesson to sleep at night, and I'll up, I sit here and I get involved in these TV shows. I had to catch up on Stranger Things and then watch all the Stranger Things the other night till 2 or 3 in the morning. Then couldn't function without 3 cups of coffee in me. Um, then I started watching Terminal List on Prime. They have a Terminal List that came out in 2021, I think it was. Very good series. 2022, 8 episodes of that. And they're coming out with some more. And then now there's a prequel to the Terminal List called Dark Wolf. And it's actually pretty good. And I've been up stuck watching that. Even though I can't stay awake and I'm exhausted right now, but that's just how it is. So there you go. That's what we're watching right now. Now, what the hell was I saying before I got onto the whole D-Fly thing? I don't know. Told y'all, can't remember nothing. I don't know. Oh, that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. So like, so I had 15 stationed Wingbits. Then I have 5 or 6 with my 3 buddies that we took those couple of helium, put them on D-Fly. Then we put them on Wingbits. So that's close to 20. I made sure almost all those were online last week. One of them, the SDR's failing, and then when I got that fixed, the third part. Oh no, let me back up backwards. The third party software failed, which I don't want to call them out because I'm friends with some of those guys that are with that group, but I'm not messing with that no more. So as I have to go out to these devices, I'm removing it. But then the third part, then an SDR failed on it. So I got one of those. But my point is, I've been busting my butt just on Wingbits alone, trying to keep those 15 to 20 stations online. Now I got 3 of them down again. I don't know what's wrong with them. It's like, hell, man. You just can't catch up. Just can't catch up. And then, here I am going to go put another station out, something else out, mass chain that you got to keep up with. But I think you have to. I think you have no choice. We've been talking about this whole live. You have to keep it fresh. You have to keep it. What's the new thing? Because things get stale in deep end, at least with some projects. Especially the free ones. And if it ain't that hard to get into. You know, I want to get this mass chain working, figured out somehow. But like mass chain, like I put this on here when we started live an hour and a half ago, and I no help. I'm getting the SSL error. Now I'm still getting all these ship AIS signals. I ain't getting credit for them. Damn it. That could be thousands of dollars right there I'm missing out on. Oh well. When's the Trump shower head adjust the water pressure deep in? You know, you laugh about that. And I'm not talking about the whole Trump thing. I'm talking about the shower head thing. Think about it. You have a deep pin right now that measures. You have a deep pin somewhere that measures everything. You have a deep pin that measures our electricity and toothbrush and stuff like that. So why wouldn't we have a deep pin that measures water? Saving water. Maybe I just gave away the next $1 million. Right now they got some guy sitting around a deep pin table saying we need a deep pin project. We need a deep pin project. You know what nobody's got yet? Measuring water waste. How much water people leave the water on when they're brushing their teeth. Yeah, that's a good idea. Let's go find $20 in parts and go sell it for 200. That's where we'll make our money at. See, I give out $1 million ideas for free on live. All right, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, anybody got anything else? Make sure you hit the like button before. Let me hit the like button my own self. Anybody got anything else? Anything news? I'd like to do some videos. I haven't really been doing videos because there's just nothing new and exciting to talk about. I was hoping to do a video on CapturGO and how I set it up, but I'm still trying to figure out how to set the damn thing up myself. The only thing I can figure that's wrong with this SSL error is that maybe because I'm using too new of a version with Ubuntu. I would love to be using Debian, but I can't figure out even how to download a Debian ISO file for no desktop for, to burn into a USB to put on the computer. When I tried clicking on the links earlier, they just sat there and spun. They won't download. So I'm like, screw this. I really don't want to go buy right now anything else. Like, I don't want to go buy another La Potato or a Pi just to use with this until I know it's legit. So I don't want that. Do I really want to go take down a helium device, even though it's only making 3 or 4 cents a day? And using the Pi out of that's my next step if I can't get this working. But I mean, I can't believe nobody else has seen this error. How do I come up with this error for the first time? So I don't know. $619. I don't know how to take that. I don't know if that means that, oh dang, I can't believe you're still online. $619. You got to go. I'm not rehashing all that. You got to go back and rewatch you'll be my first view to rewatch this for the last hour and a half. My son's home from college, so I want to go talk to him a little bit, see what's going on with him. He starts working back with me tomorrow. Tomorrow evening, I got to go escort the local high school. We're gonna be in the state championships in the Superdome. It's always a cool experience. So I'll be doing, I'll be messing with that. Oh, other than that, you know, I was gonna go hunting this weekend, but I ain't bought a hunting license yet for where my hunting lease is. They're $450. So I don't know if I'm going hunting. I did all this work. If y'all saw my videos on my outdoors channel, again, I'm not trying to make you feel sorry for them. I'm just telling y'all facts. And all that work y'all saw me put in my on the outdoor videos. I got 2 videos right now just sitting there. I just haven't even edited to put together. Um, I don't know if I'm even going. I don't know if I'm going hunt, and I don't know if I'm even getting back into the club in the lease next year. They reduced their amount of members from 50 to 30, and they told us about it over the weekend. And by the time I finally had a chance to contact them today to ask them the details, because there's a whole bunch of new rules and new pricing with all the new terms, they already got their 30 and they're just doing waiting lists now. And I'm like, well, F you. All the work I did in that club for the last 2 years, and I tell y'all, it's always something. That's more stress. My other stress I'm dealing with today. So see, I told y'all, it's not just crypto or depend on one thing. Yeah. Another thing is, I wish there was a way to, like, there was a TAR 1090 app. See, when I messed with the AIS years ago, it was on Windows. You saw this, but you also had a map that you were pulling up that you could see your own things that what you were detecting. I don't think there's a way of doing that. Is anybody messing with Mass Chain that said that they can do this? I don't know. 619 says one deep in hunting. The way my hunting's been going, I'll be broke in that too. What they say, bad data ends, bad data out. Excuse me. I'm like the Matrix. I'm trying to read all this AIS stuff right here. I see signal power, MMSI, PPM, and the timestamp. I'm guessing the GPS is loaded in this script somewhere. Again, I wish there was a way I could pull up a TAR 1090 map or something, but I am kind of pissed off that since 428, I've been talking about not getting any help from anybody. Because I mean, I can't do a video on this and tell y'all how to hook this up if I can't get help my own self to figure it out. Because I was hoping I could do a video on this weekend, but if I have to go take that computer and go put Windows back on it to try to get this to run on the Windows, I'm gonna be pissed off. Nor do I have time to do all that. So I don't know. All right, boys and girls, I appreciate it. Hope everybody has a good weekend. I know the weather's supposed to be crazy in some parts of the United States. Um, Talking about snow in a lot of places, some bad weather and all that. So y'all stay safe. People who are outside the country, I have no idea what weather y'all are getting right now, but I hope y'all are safe too. Everybody. Hope we're all here for whatever the next bull run or alt season is. XRP ETF killing it. Killing what? Not killing it in a good way. It was barely holding on to $2. Killing it must be in the bad way, I guess. I don't know. Look at this. This is This is in July. Call that a pattern. And I know this is some kind of flag, but look, I own some XRP too. So it is what it is. All right, boys and girls, I'm out. It's 8:38. We've been here long enough. Hopefully we have some more news between over the weekend. I'll get a video in. Who knows? Maybe I'll just throw my air squitter with the 2 antennas in my backyard on my ham tower. I really don't want to because I got a big old tree in the backyard. But just to get it up and running, to see what it looks like, to see how installation goes. We can do all that. I'll do a video on it. We can see what the GUI looks like and see what the install looks like, and then, the steps we need to take. And then I can always move it. At least I get the damn thing online, especially for these people who gave it to me. You know, did somebody ask me this earlier? And you'll know I can't leave when I say I'm leaving. Now my Chrome's frozen. What I wanted to see was if 4D Sky still has devices left in stock. If y'all buy one, make sure y'all use the Grumpy code. That's all I can ask for. Yeah, maybe I'll get mine online. We'll see. We'll see. All right, boys and girls. I appreciate it. Thank you again. Make sure you hit the like button. I appreciate all the support, and I really am leaving this time. Go talk to my son. Go sit on the couch. Watch a little TV. Try not to fall asleep. And I appreciate everybody's support. So thank y'all very much, and see y'all on the next video. Thank y'all.